It's a Western Conference battle here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Lakers look to work home court advantage. Bringing you another edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg with the fourth member of our team, Doris Burke. And here we go with a look at the State Farm starting lineups. And as we break down the game, let's take a look here at Steve Nash.
Kevin, he's one of my favorite players to watch, really ever, because of his incredible unselfishness, the constant probing with the dribble, the amazing jump shot, and the ability to just find whatever weakness exists in the defense and then exploiting it.
Well, he's really a guy that's simply dangerous as a shooter and as a passer. Equally dangerous in both areas. That's what really puts the defense in a tough spot, especially in pick and rolls.
You look at the Spurs. They've been picking up some steam, and if they can play this well all season, they'll be in excellent shape.
For the Spurs, they played terrific basketball this year. They haven't missed a beat after the success they had last season. Well, it's hard to find a team that matches up with them comfortably.
Well, you're right, Clark. I mean, they would probably have the upper hand against almost any team in this league. I mean, they're a very difficult matchup. They've got plenty of talent, and they're so well coached. And what I like is they play hard every single night.
And here is Parker, following the three-pointer by Kobe Bryant. Parker got it. Good job in the low post. Parker's got his first basket.
That just shows you guys, I mean, he's always in aggressive mode. I mean, he will exploit any opening the defense gives him, and he's always probing, looking for opportunities to attack.
Now, here is World Peace. Really played well against Sacramento in his last outing. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kobe. From 16 feet away, he cans it. Kobe's got 5 points so far.
Well, good job finding a little opening in the defense and burying the jumper.
You know, with the Lakers, it's all about winning titles. Anything else is considered a disappointment, and they were tested early, though.
Here's Parker. He's coming off a 19-point game against Portland.
And what an extraordinary display of passing in that game, too, Kevin. He was making all the right decisions offensively.
Nice shot by Ginobili.
Well, he wasn't going to miss that. I mean, they were way too late to get to him out there.
Go back to that matchup for the Lakers against Denver. Kobe's illness, he had the stomach flu. Artest out with the suspension. Meta World Peace, you know, had gotten the late regular season suspension with the elbow to the side of the head of James Harden. Steve, they were certainly facing their struggles.
Yeah, and those struggles caught up to them in the next round, Kevin, when they lost to the Oklahoma City Thunder. The younger, more talented team winning in that one. So for the Lakers, you know, moving forward, they've got a lot of talent, but it's aging talent. And sooner or later, they're going to have to get younger on that roster. And you know, Steve Nash is one of the most amazing stories ever in the NBA in terms of late career success. I mean, we're talking about a player who didn't make his first All-Star game until he was 27. And yet in his 30s, he won 2 league MVPs and was back in the All-Star game last season again.
And the Spurs making a change here. Diaz checked in. Now here's Ginobili. He had 10 points in the win against Portland.
Did a great job picking the defense apart, too. It wasn't just his scoring. Give him credit for his passing in that game, too.
Now Kobe. Ginobili missing from long range. And World Peace kicks to Kobe. An easy 2 points on the layup. Kobe's got 9 points.
And you know, again, going back to Steve Nash, he's 38 years old, and last season, guys, he shot 53% from the field, averaged around 11 assists a game. I mean, statistically, that's as effective as he's ever been in his Hall of Fame career. It's absolutely mind-blowing that he's playing at that level at this age.
Good. Blair's got his second basket of the night.
Textbook offensive rebounding right there. I love that. Those putbacks are buckets any team loves to get.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Howard. Josh McRoberts comes in for 20 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Now Parker. Over Nash. And that one's good. Parker. Nash with it. Got it up. Hits it.
What a way to close the quarter. Huge 3 right there.
Yeah, and that's a deflator for the other team.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And taking a look at the Lakers' performance here, Clark and Steve, what have they been doing or not doing in the game?
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
Bryant, he's in at shooting guard. Matt Barnes is out there with world peace. Then there's Howard. And it's Nash in at the point. That's the group for the Lakers to start the second quarter. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, Kobe in the last matchup against the Kings played some outstanding basketball. He finished with 33 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. Absolutely incredible numbers from him in a monstrous game.
And Doris, much appreciated. Guys, maybe another excellent night for him here.
I think so, Kevin. At least we know he wants to have that same sort of game plan. He's definitely got some nice momentum riding into tonight.
I think it's easy as a player to continue that momentum when you come off such a fantastic game like the last one. It's easy to just keep it rolling. That rim looks really big out there.
Duncan with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Lakers able to retain possession here. Well, while we have a second, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a list of the league's top shooters from last season. Second is Dwight Howard.
That's the name of the game for him, just putting the ball in the bucket. How about the season he had a year ago?
Just 4 to shoot. Barnes can't get it to go.
Boy, he had a good look at that one. You hate to miss that shot. You know, the Spurs have always been built around Tim Duncan. But the last few years, they've added more depth than they used to have early in the Duncan era. And so Greg Popovich is playing 9 or 10 guys. They're very deep. They play together. Excellent passing team. And they've become much more up-tempo than they ever were early in that era.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those 2 in the first quarter.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And with the team getting older, you really need to have more depth, and the Spurs have certainly added that.
Young or old, every team needs depth.
And some changes here for the Spurs. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. He feeds it to Neal. This one for 3, and it's good on the assist by Parker. Neal's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
Well, Tony Parker does most of his scoring in close to the bucket. He is so fast and quick. The ability to get to the rim. He's also got that great floater, which accounts for his wonderful shooting percentage. He's able to shoot right over the top of those big guys. Those in-between shots, so difficult, but he makes them look easy.
He dishes it to Neal. Three-pointer. Dwight Howard grabs the board.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
Go back to Tony Parker's penetration ability. One season he almost led the league in points in the paint.
And for a point guard to do that, Kevin, that's really unheard of. It speaks to his ability to get to the lane and make tough shots, as well as his mentality offensively. He's always in attack mode. And you look at his body, this guy doesn't overpower anybody, but he cuts them up and dices them up as well as anybody ever has.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
That's what he's all about. That's who he is, retrieving those misses and exploding right back to the bucket.
Prime example of it right there, no question. Good point, Clark.
Yeah, great rebounder and a great finisher, so that's a difficult combination to deal with for the defense.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. World Peace comes in for Christian Ienga. And Darius Morris subs in for Steve Nash. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Parker. A rebound by the Lakers. Howard's got 5 rebounds tonight. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
And you might not typically mention blocks as the key to a win, but I think you do in this case. They were really dominant defensively.
Well, when you come up with as many denials as they did, rejections that is, it's impossible not to mention. I mean, it was a great game for them defensively.
You know, he's an effort player, Kevin, a guy who competes defensively. willing to take on the opponent's best player. He runs the floor, a little bit erratic at times, but very scrappy, and you know what he's going to bring in terms of energy.
Yeah, he plays with an aggressive mentality. Does a great job on the boards. Ginobili, guarded by Kobe, releases. Ginobili can't hit.
I think he's just got to compose himself, gather himself. He may be trying a little too hard out there. Let it flow, let it happen, don't force it.
And it's his poise at the offensive end that impresses me most. This guy is unflappable.
Now here's Joseph. Duncan with the screen for Joseph. Green. Right side Green. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. The clock runs out and we're heading to half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, everyone.
The second half just about to get going here.
Well, how about Kobe in this one? 15 points, and he's knocked down 3 shots from beyond the arc also.
Well, he's showing great form on those long-range shots, guys. His fundamentals are solid. He's squared up, balanced, good follow-through. That's why he's knocking these shots down.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor.
Unbelievable.
How did he do that?
An absolute gem of a throwdown there.
A little extra dose of flair on that one. Some style points for sure.
I give him a 10, Kevin, no question. That is a 10.
That was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Sprite. Again, the miss by Ginobili.
Well, when you talk about Dwight Howard, the first thing that comes to mind is that dominant interior presence. Defensively, he can do it all with his tremendous strength and athleticism. And offensively, he's made steady progress to the point where he's a 20-point-a-game scorer, big-time player.
Parker outside. Parker off the pick from Jackson. Off the screen, and that one's good. Parker's got 8 points. And you look at the way Dwight Howard overshadows the center position in the NBA right now, and you could argue he's one of the all-time great centers in the league. And Clark, do you think from his perspective that's a good thing?
I'm not necessarily sure. You've got to be careful how much praise you heap on young players. Everybody handles it differently. I think you're better served to earn it over time before people start making proclamations about the great this, the great that. I think you'd love to see more great centers or outstanding centers emerge who could stand toe-to-toe with Dwight and really challenge him to continue to push himself to be the best.
Here's world peace. That's in, coming off an assist by Kobe.
Second half is flowing nicely so far on offense. 75% from the field is what they're shooting.
And here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. In the third spot, Dwight Howard.
He made it extremely tough for his opponents because he contested every shot and swatted away more than his fair share of.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Jordan Hill, he's checked in for Howard. Ebanks comes in for Matt Barnes. And it's Andrew Goudlock in for Steve Nash.
You know, it looks like despite the injury he's got, he's still able to deliver, and that's what he's showing us right now.
And, of course, the Lakers shipped off Lamar Odom before last season started. And just got a late first-round pick from Dallas in return. Not exactly what you would expect in terms of, a player of Lamar Odom's caliber. You'd think they could have done better with that deal.
Kobe against Ginobili. Kobe. Oh, what a play!
Oh, look at that.
That is a
Bringing down the house.
And offensively, Kevin, he's got a lot he can bring to the table, given the situation. He can give you 20-plus without showing you the same move twice. And it's that varied offensive game that really keeps defenses off balance.
And also, Steve, he's got such an accurate shot that he doesn't even need to be open to knock him down. He can knock down shots against hard, tough defense. All he needs is time to get it off.
Parker drives in. Connects on the 9-footer. Parker's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, Greg Popovich, guys, has been one of the best coaches in the league at making sure he keeps his starters rested. And at no time was that more important than last year. But he did a great job of pacing his team and getting them to that big record.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Hill. Josh McRoberts comes in for Meta World Peace. Matt Barnes is checked in for Devin Ebanks. And it's Nash in for Andrew Godlock. Here's Blair. Another shot. Jackson dishes to Leonard. The feed now to Mills. Passes it to Jackson. Ginobili outside. Goes up again for a rebound by the Lakers. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
And you know, guys, you mentioned Coach Pop. I mean, resting his starters. It's also a great way to get experience and instill confidence in some of your reserves. I mean, all of those things can pay dividends once you reach the postseason.
Great move to get to the bucket and lay that one in. He's got the softest touch around the basket. Impressive.
Out of bounds, the Lakers will take possession. Here's Parker. Bryant in a two-guard. World Peace is out there with Barnes. Then it's Nash. And it's Howard in at center. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Kobe with it. Guarded now by Duncan. Barnes up top. Back to Kobe. Tipped. And that's out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. Next matchup, they'll be home against the Suns. Here's Kobe. Makes the lead pass. And that one's good. Barnes. Barnes has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Lakers.
Well, the thing you love about Matt Barnes is just the toughness. He's given the Lakers a very reliable contributor at the small forward position. A high-energy, high-effort player who usually guards the opponent's best perimeter player.
Andrew Godlock, he's checked in for the Lakers. Here's Parker. The jumper from the free throw line is good. Here's Godlock. And Steve was talking about Matt Barnes. He mentioned his energy. A terrific rebounder for a guy his size in the regular season. But Clark in the playoffs, he was just non-existent. Had a very disappointing two-series run against both Denver and Oklahoma City for the Lakers.
Yeah, Kevin, that being said, though, he has been an effective rebounder, better than some power forwards and centers during segments of his career.
Parker kicks to Jackson. Kicks it to Blair. The pass to Ginobili. Dishes it to Duncan. Back to Ginobili. Clock at 6. Over Howard. Ginobili can't hit.
Really good work defensively. This coach has to be happy with his team.
Yeah, forcing that miss right there, a great effort.
And there's Howard. That's good on the assist from Kobe. And that's 10 points for Howard. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Duncan can't hit.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
He kicks to Barnes. There's the dish to Godlock. Pass to Kobe. It's stolen by Duncan. And a fast break now for the Spurs. Parker jumps up, goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Something has to change, guys. That's 10 straight points coming in the paint against this team.
Well, they got to collapse in there, and everybody's got to be conscious of it. It's a team effort in protecting the paint. Control the ball, and then everybody's got to get in there and keep the defense locked down.
Kobe goes in. Howard kicks to Kobe. Back to Howard. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
They're just getting better offensively as the game goes along, making good choices and getting high percentage shots.
And they're playing hard and playing smart too, Steve. They've just been very, very good.
Blair can't get it to go. And it's the Lakers the other way. And this game, the first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
And in last year's season series, things did not go their way.
They get it back. Out to Kobe. Feeds it to World Peace. He passes to Barnes. Outside, Kobe. Gaudelock. He feeds it to Howard. 6 on the shot clock. Gaudelock passes to Kobe. Jacks up a 3. Count that one. Kobe's got 27. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They put on a show tonight.